All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, what's up? What's up? As you're tuning in, be sure to check out that disclaimer that's currently on the screen. Remember that day trading is risky business, all right? It takes time to get good. It takes time to become experienced. It takes time to become competent. So, as you are learning, it's best to perhaps use small size simulators, small cash accounts, practice and improve before putting a lot of risk out there, before using a big account. All right, with that being said, remember the live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful of fake accounts and imposter accounts. I will never message you first. All right, I will never message you first. So be on the lookout for fake accounts. These people are using different names and then they're trying to change their username to my name. So just be on the lookout in Discord and every other platform that there is. So with that being said, we're going to get into the watch list here and we're going to get going. All right, let's do it. So I see that there's a couple of stocks moving. I didn't really get to do too much revisions in terms of what moved yesterday, but it seems like the stock was BTAI that everyone traded and was able to lock in. So hopefully today we get some more good momentum. Although, things are a little grim in the overall market. Seems like we might be gearing up for a bigger pullback, which is fine. So we'll see how things play out here over the next couple of weeks in the small cap land. Why? Okay, interesting. All right, yeah, so let's write up the list here. There's RDGT, which is up 180% with 3.3 million shares of volume. There is MASS, which is up 67%. We also have UOKA, which is up 50%. That one is a cheaper stock, around 22 cents. And honestly, I think that'll do it for my watch list. I think just those three. There are some other stocks on the list here going down, but they just don't seem that obvious. And so I think I'm going to leave them alone and just keep an eye out on the scans as we go intraday. So if something else does pop up, hopefully we can spot it early and get involved. But definitely RDGT, the top stock for me. I hate to miss days, but sometimes it cannot be helped. And you have to do what you have to do, right? Apparently there were some jokes in the comment section. So I've heard. So for those of you on YouTube, don't forget our like goal is 300 likes. So as you're tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. The thing for me in missing days is that I would have always liked to know how I could have done. But it's one of those things that, you just kind of have to just go with it, right? As you guys know, I've been gunning for a 30K day. So that's kind of the MO right now. The mission objective is for me to trade as best as I can, put out as much risk as I can in all the right areas to try and maximize on the opportunities. So my weekend has been so hectic that I didn't even get a chance to study. So that wasn't good. It started off normal. Things got a little crazy. I'm only really now back in the office. So all that I have to prepare for today is, I think, just my game plan, and I have to just reiterate to myself all the things that I'm looking forward to doing today. I mean, besides that, I know how to trade, I know how to be disciplined, but I just have to remind myself of my key points so that I stay on track throughout the entirety of the day. Something that I did think back about Friday after the recap is that I felt like maybe after doing the recap, or I don't, did I even do a recap? I don't even know if I did that recap, but anyhow, for Friday, the area of improvement is that I felt that I sized up too soon, too aggressively without building a cushion. Like I kind of skipped a step in there after that stock on Friday made a small move. I thought, okay, hey, here we go. This thing's gonna bounce up, so I'm gonna just start to bounce with big size and then capitalize all the way up. So I didn't really build a cushion. I was red 300 at the time. So I somewhat, jumped a step, and then that led to me then being down 1500, sizing up to 12,000, 9,000 in the dip, and it not bouncing and just getting that slippage, a few times. So, longevity is gonna have to be key here today. I have to keep in mind at every moment that we want to protect ourselves. Try not to go anything red past 4 or 500. Start the day with small size. Patiently look to wait for something super obvious, and only up until that point does it make sense to become aggressive. And if it's not super obvious, we have to hold that discipline. That's the key. Because once something is good, the chances are is that it's holding up its levels, it's continuing higher. If we size up soon on the wrong stocks, there's just no chance that we can hold up. So we kind of start a day at a deficit. RDGT, I'm going to check out the daily chart. Well, I'm not seeing a daily chart. Maybe this is a recent name change, a recent IPO. I'm not getting any data here going back past today, but that's fine. We have our pre-market highs and lows as reference. And so we do have a 547. Low of the entire pullback has been 361. 361. The low of the entire pullback here. It's a ticker name change. So someone is confirming the name change there in chat. Shout out to Broker Trades, one of the long-time chat room members. RDGT. So yeah, it looks pretty good. If we can definitely hold up our range right now and then break the pre-market highs, I'll be very interested. And let's see here. I'll move on to MASS and then the penny stock, and then that'll be a pretty quick analysis here. MASS pre-market highs up at 374. Low of our recent pullback has been. Is that Marcelo? Is Marcelo's audio coming through? RDGT. Or is that the scanner? 320. I can't tell. 320. It might be the scanner. 370 to 200 EMA. 370. So the pre-market highs will be resistance for MASS. So, but other than that, we might have some room to the upside here. $4, 450, 5, 6. So MASS, hopefully we can see a nice move out of this one. Lastly, before the 2-minute warning, UOKA, which is a cheaper stock. This one, pre-market highs up at 26 cents. 26 cents for the pre-market high. I'm not gonna do too much analysis here because I mean the cheaper stocks, as we know, haven't really been in play as much. So I'm just gonna map out the high and low and the 200 EMA, which is at 58.71. I think that might do it. I do see a daily level here actually. I'll map that out as well. And that high point was 44.84. Okay. So yeah, in terms of my plan, again, small size. So I'm gonna make sure to come in here and adjust my shear size to extremely small size. We have to keep working on building this discipline here of not going too fast, too quick. So baby size, infant size to start. I'm gonna be patient. But if we see into minute number 5, 6, 7, 8, if we do see a stock that's giving all the signs of a strong stock, that's where I'd look to, I think increasing gradually would make more sense. Try to build a little bit more of a cushion. And then once we do get that cushion and the stock is still proving it's good, that's where I want to then go to full power and beyond. So MASS, uh, RDGT, those are my top two here. Looking forward to a disciplined day. All right, 14 seconds. Let's do it. No volume spike, which is interesting for RDGT. My level 2 seems to be lagging just a little bit. Yeah, my level 2 is all over the place. Or is it the stock that's moving weird? We had filled 85 buying 70. Okay, well, we're off to an interesting spread here early. Okay. It still seems kind of strange how it's moving for this type of volume and this type of percentage gain, so waiting patiently. MASS is selling off a bit so far. And there's 420. This thing definitely has a very wide range here. The spreads can go up 10, 15 cents very quickly. RDGT. MASS. 1 minute candle to make a new high. Can we end up holding up? Can we see over 50? Oh, coming down a bit. MASS perhaps breaking down. GLST. Not really seeing much else as of yet, so still taking it slow, being patient. So MASS is fighting. RDGT might get halted down here. Yeah, it looks like it might get locked in.
WHLR SOUN OLPX RGTI BRCC OKLO BRT GCT WRD UBTS ASTS UUBT EU WHLR
Still a lot of chop in there.
OPTN may resume in less than a minute. OLPX
MASS definitely struggling a bit to break out.
OKLO CTM RDGT halted. RDGT will resume at 9 hours 39 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, RDGT, you know, the bounce could be worth it, but we have to be careful of the spreads, getting a higher fill. I think I have to watch out for that. Most importantly, come to get involved on that dip.
QBTS QUBT
USI
PLUG ALAB FRGT
FRGT.
OKLO OLPX CTN APLD UBTS KULR AGH PLUG ALAB
We'll see if MASS is able to get over 50. Still trying.
LAES
All right, I think FRGT I'm going to give the attention to here, though. So we had a high of 76, low of 65.
SOUN AGH QBTS CTM
Oh, okay, there's 65. Okay.
PLUG MASS ALAB KULR IRN APLD PU PLUS
BTCS ALBT CPOP
AAOI GRRR OKLO
Are we obvious, though? We still have to get over to 200 EMA. But this is a good start for MASS.
LTBR
Is it obvious already? I'd say not quite yet, but definitely a nice push here.
IRN may resume in less than a minute. PU PLUG LAES WULF OLPX NNE GRRR
Right, stop.
APLD QSI GCT RKLB
Still using relatively small size.
AAOI
BDSS
IRN EU
FRGT held up the dip nicely as well. And honestly, might be better.
OLPX
Might be better.
KULR QSI LAES
I don't want to get caught up trying to watch both. So
WHLR OKLO RKLB PLUG IRN
AMPX
there's 77.
AAOI EU
Okay, it's coming down a bit. 59, 58. Trying 50 for the dip. Let's see if it holds up.
DGT may resume in less than a minute.
A bit of a false breakout though, right? So we still want to see this reclaim at least 65 if it's going to be strong here.
LGOB halted.
There's a small seller at 60.
42 minutes and 54 seconds.
And I think I'll take the entire thing. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the other stock, FRGT. Put my full attention there.
SWIN MAXN ULN.
BTCT.
I got small size. These stocks are a little cheaper. Got small size on the dip. It's a great bounce. I think this might be the one to watch. All right, we'll get acquainted here quickly and try to lock in.
MULN. EU.
GANX.
Starting with 1500, and then I'll try to build from there.
WHLR.
That was a good dip. We had a couple of good dips, so I'm finally gonna lock in here.
Owner halted. BOWNU will resume in 0 seconds.
GRRW.
WHLR. FRGT.
Oh, okay. There's some slight resistance, 80, but we broke through. Can we see the test of 2?
WHLR.
PCLA.
We should see $2 here, the way how this is moving.
CTM.
Hmm.
FRGT. GCT. WHLR halted. WHLR will resume at 9 hours 44 minutes and 41 seconds. EWT may resume in less than a minute.
TIM.
STIM.
Again, over 90, it's having trouble over 90.
FRGT. CYCU.
A lot of buying here, but no bounce. Okay, there it is.
STIM. PLUT.
BM. NIXX.
There's just still a little bit of a slight spread.
CLEU.
LGOV may resume CYCU. GDAT may resume in less than a minute. STIM. GRRR. NIBF.
Waiting patiently for my chance to strike. Still getting acquainted with it here after watching, let's say, two stocks. FRGT. It seemed like it was moving nice though, right? I think, at least from what I can tell here. So just waiting, giving it a chance to fly. And once I get my opportunities to be aggressive, I will. I would like to see over 90.
GLST. PLUT. CYCU.
Was that a loss? I hope that wasn't a loss. It's still break even there.
OLPX.
They might have given me that as a loss. Alright, that's fine. Low 73.
BOWNU may resume.
A little distracted there. 65. Can we see the reclaim? Struggling a bit, stopping out. We're seeing a 5-minute pullback.
RADX will resume at 9 hours.
90 flat top, huge resistance.
Flood halted. PLUT will resume at 9 hours 47 minutes and 58 seconds. WHLR may resume in less than a minute. PPSX.
GOVX.
I'm watching the 5-minute pullback. Willing to re-average here. My level 2 is freezing. Can we get... Okay, good. Still keeping the size small.
GCT.
BME. IPA.
It's possible it still comes a little lower.
HOTH. TPET.
EU. CYCU. STIM. GLST halted. GLST will resume at 9 hours 49 minutes and 48 seconds. BRCC. BCT. LAES.
Okay. We'll see if it does give some sort of a significant bounce.
APLD.
How are the others doing?
ASTS.
CCT. YMAB.
Size, though, is the only thing for me on this pullback.
GCT. NOTB.
But it seems like we've got our range, finally.
LAES. PLUT may resume in less than a minute.
We'll see if we get the early pullback.
PLUG. GCT. CAPR. RADX may resume in less than a minute. LAES.
I mean, that could have been it. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight, but we'll see. Will we give that a retest?
CDZ.
GRRR. PLUG. GCT.
CLR.
We're seeing a lot of bidders coming in. We'll see if it keeps going.
STS.
USEG.
A lot of churn, though.
LAES. MULN. PLUG. GRRR. OKLO. ASTS. CTM. LAES. GCT.
CT.
EU. WHLR may resume in less than a minute. GLST may resume in less than a minute. GRRR. OKLO. ASTS. CYCU. LAES. EU.
Can we get through though? Can we get through this resistance? That's the key. He's fighting. Are we in the clear? Waiting.
WHLS.
JFIN. JKS.
EU. GLST.
It's like it broke out, but then not quite continuing. Going back down in size.
COE.
DCIG. MNPK.
MULN. EU. WHLR. CTM. MULN.
Can we build from here?
CRML.
MULN.
Just being patient, still waiting. Once we get the next uptrend, that's where it's gonna be key.
EU.
61.96. I think the next uptrend is gonna be the key for me. We can do damage quickly once we, get into a good sequence. But still playing the slow game.
XBP.
EVOA.
GANX.
How's WHLR looking? I haven't really checked it out.
SVP halting.
I do feel pretty good about this stock as long as we get a move. I think I'll do very well. It just comes down to if we'll get a move or not. No dip there. Oh, it might go all the way. Bit of a chase there.
FRGT, LAES, CTM.
Dude, that move was good, but I didn't have size. The only issue there that we didn't get a dip back into the levels, or else I would have added like crazy. But let's see how it goes. Can we see over 2?
TM. FRGT.
Getting a little bit of chop. Gotta be careful. We do have size here. It's
LAES. AMPX.
I think it should have went already. It's not great that it didn't already go. So not a great sequence. We didn't really get the early dips in that green candle, just kind of straight up. And only had small size going up.
CTM. FRGT.
It's not breaking out, and the dips aren't as obvious as I would like.
CTM. CYCU. XBP may resume in less than a minute. CTM. GRAL. CYCU. SWIN.
HEPS.
ASTS. AUID.
Is it coming down? And I'm not getting, my fills are not good here at all. Trying to get those lows. Trying for 75. It's key that it holds up the previous resistance. That's the most important thing right here.
CDTG. SYTA.
AUID halted. CTM. AUID will resume at 10 hours 2 minutes and 57 seconds. CTM.
Probably shouldn't have sold that quarter, that third rather. Moment of truth.
USG. LNZA.
Alright, I'm cutting it. It's coming down a little lower than I would like.
UBXY.
We want to hold like 75, 68, 67. Going down too much could be a reversal here. We had 63, just kind of low. 63 again. Didn't have much size going up. Got chopped trying to get the breakout. I'm really surprised it gave one candlestick though, just all the way up.
SOXS.
Beautiful ABCD, nice bottoms here.
GRAL.
Just not able to get over the $2 resistance. Switching gears to MASS.
BGO.
Looks like we just had a breakout here. Man, I tell you, the moment this other one.
SLR may resume in less than a minute.
Definitely not the instant bounce I'd want to see here.
SAG.
AUID may resume in less than a minute.
If this one doesn't hold up here, it's also cooked. Yeah, it looks like it might be having trouble. Unless it reclaims here aggressively.
XBP.
Might be selling off. Yeah.
AIFF. CENB.
Well, I think we did a great job using small size here, but didn't really quite get on the front side of the moves. Yeah, we got getting a small front side, and then you got to watch out for that bigger pullback, flush out.
SOXS.
XBP.
So back to the sidelines, back to small size.
ESX. CH.
I'm muted. How long was I muted? There's no way. When did I mute the mic? Oh, now I'm gonna go crazy.
SOUD may resume in less than a
Dude,
minute.
how long was that muted for? Jeez. Let me see. Muted. Maybe like 5 minutes. Jeez. When did I do that? Yeah, I was saying I have a Tesla position and I'm down like probably down like 3K right now. I have just a couple hundred shares at like 295 average. But I was also saying I was going to continue to buy the dip on strong stocks, in this downtrend here.
YMAB. FTRE.
Nvidia continues to have record earnings and they're selling off. They're continuing to beat expectations. What we know is nothing can go up forever, right? It has to still somewhat follow the cycle, the ebb and flow of the market before the next rally. RDGT, it's possible that stock
FTRE.
could do something. We're seeing a lot of weakness, man. We got to be very careful here today.
UBXY.
EBS.
GM. ANAB.
Guys, don't forget, we have over 550 people, but only 87 likes. Our like goal today is 300 likes. So if you're watching on, be sure to hit that thumbs up. We are the most transparent trader in the world. We show everything here, red, green, in between.
GOBX.
Right now, I'm red, 450 bucks. And we're looking to keep it tight, keep it patient, keep waiting. And we'll see if something else comes up. For now, it's a bit slow here today. All about surviving the day. If you can keep that small green, if you're red, keep it tight. I mean, there's been opportunities for a good green day today. MASS did have the flat top breakout, and then we did get, forgetting the name of the stock. Yeah, we did get FRGT breakout over 70. I mean, if you did load up on size quickly right before the breakout, all the way up to 90, 95, you could be in between 67 and let's say 75, big size, and that one trade there alone right here could have made your day, right? Bit of a needle in a haystack though if you weren't super aggressive quick, because the move did happen kind of fast.
UBXY.
Marcelo doesn't really live stream as much.
JFIN.
Check. I think the audio should be good here. Yeah, so Marcel doesn't live stream as much on YouTube. Guys, this was a hectic week. I couldn't trade because I had some stuff going on, but couldn't trade yesterday. We were supposed to spin the wheel this weekend. Between Marcelo moving apartments and me having to deal with what I was dealing with, we couldn't really get it done. So we're gonna spin the wheel later today after the live stream. So, again, good luck. It this really shouldn't happen like this. It really should be much like, at least a couple days early than this, because this is kind of on the later side. At the end of the day, people have to, if they're gonna come on one of these trips for a week, unless they're like super remote, sometimes you have to give like a notice if you're going into the office. So on our side, we kind of messed up a little bit, but these emergencies, they kind of happen, and then it throws off your entire schedule.
FUBO.
So hopefully whoever wins is able to come. If not, maybe they pass it on and then we spin again for someone else. But yeah, someone is going to still be invited to the team house trip, which is coming up here very soon, including today, 5 days, right? It's going to start in 5 days. As mentioned, we are going to have a personal chef. We're going to be on the West Coast. It should be an interesting one. It's going to be the biggest one ever. It is the biggest one ever already, and we haven't even left yet. So,
Geo.
we'll see how everything goes. CYCU. I'm getting so many calls. I cannot answer. Let me just put this phone in do not disturb. Okay, let's see. What's next? CY, let me just check out this stock here. CYCU. A bit cheaper, 81 cents, moving up.
SPH.
CYCU.
WHLR selling off. We have RDGT at the lows. MASS sideways at the lows. WHLR, if it gets halted down, could be good here. It's actually not a bad dip. I had 6,500 shares in my order entry. I didn't want to take the trade with that type of size.
CYCU.
Would have been long 46, out 53, and only 6 cents.
LAES.
I had that size ready in case the other stock was strong, but it never really got a chance. So yeah, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let me check the comments on YouTube. I don't know if I'll trade CYCU.
CYCU.
Well, these penny stocks just
AGL.
until they come back, I'm not like trying to be bothered with them, man. Like since November, I haven't made $1 on a penny stock, or maybe December, like mid-December. Taking all the right trades, just getting destroyed. Buying the dip and the dip just still going down another 3, 5, 8 cents like every single time. Like I never knew a stock at 50 cents could be dropping so much. Yeah, let me see what you guys are seeing here.
UBXY. JFIN.
Nobody saying appreciate the transparency. You've been watching for almost 3 years. Yeah, it's been quite the journey here. Quite the journey. There's a lot of things we still need to be better at, but we're doing a pretty decent job. Got to keep pushing forward though. Tariffs are paid by the importing country. Where are you with the kiddos? No, I don't have any children. So the week that Marcelo streamed, I was on a team house trip, and I figured it'd be a good time for him to jump on the channel and so forth and so forth. And so on that live stream throughout that week, he just kind of said that if I had a child, trust me, you guys would have already seen them by now. Like I would have been here holding one hand and clicking my hotkeys. But yeah, I don't have any children. I did have a bit of an emergency over the weekend, but
GOV
no kids.
CYCU
CYCU at 86 cents. You know, it's moving up here.
JFIN 35 seconds UVXY VXX
All right, okay. Let me. I'll watch it a bit more closely, just in case it ends up being the stock, because sometimes you never know.
UVXY
WHLR halted down. Resumption's coming up. What I don't like is that we had that consolidation before this move down. Like if we dropped from that 294 straight down, it would have been better, but it could still bounce. So we went from 60
SQQQ
to 31, then to 13. I'll only use 1,000 shares here.
UVXY SOXS
There's 3 minutes to go for that resumption.
VIXY
RDGT could still be the one, but we'll have to get back over 390 and 4.
HBP
The setup honestly isn't that bad.
DRIP
We just need this to curl back up slowly over time. And once we get over VWAP is where we can then retest this, refill this gap here. So definitely going to keep this one on the chart. And Dow is down. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're tuning in. Today's like goal, 300 likes. If we can't get to the goal, then today will have to be my birthday, because it seems like only on my birthday we ever hit the like goals. And I'll even play a dinner for you guys, at me and the team here, of everyone singing happy birthday. That resumption for WHLR is a minute away.
SQQQ TZA UVXY VXX
72,
WHLR may
62, 69.
GUTS MAIN
40 seconds for WHLR. Again, I still think our DGT is interesting, but it's early. And it has a wide spread, which also is seeming to equate to a wide range here. Oh, and 90. Hold up. Forget that resumption. Let's see if this goes. Chasing it. 90. Small size. Can we rip? And
WHLR
maybe that was a bluff. Yeah. Spreads are cooking me too, so best to wait. This is where we could get that surprise green candle, but it definitely It's a little tricky with the bigger spread. And there's the bid dropping out to 62. That's the tough one to trade here. So that type of dip is hard to get because the spread is like 20 cents, right? We do have a bottoming wick, but $95, 4. Can we get over 4? This is where it has to rip into a halt up. KB, come on, save us on this day here. And RDGT.
XBP.
The high is at 40.
ATM.
Oh, come on. Well, I could have done without taking that trade up there, that's for sure. Jeez Louise. I'm trading very small today still. I mean, there's some trades maybe I could take a little bit more size, I feel, but
RAPP.
no fill.
RSLS.
Is that Marcelo? I can't hear him. Hold on, brother, if you're talking. Fill me good. I'm buying this dip. I think it's a good dip. I'm just gonna hold. Wait. I want to see 430 before I sell this too. Am I gonna go to the moon? I gotta. Is my headphones plugged in? I think it is. I'll have to switch my audio settings though. Yeah, I think this should go to at least 430 minimum. And there's 90. So like, what's that? From 20 to 90? Like, what's going on here? What kind of madness is happening here? If this trade sells off, I'll probably just stop for the day. Like if this teleports down to like 350, I will walk away. Oh, he's freaking hell, man. Yeah, my stop was 89 and there's just 75. Great, lovely. Let me put on my headset here. Well, that'll do it for today, I think. I'll just take it easy. Maybe I could have got out once it went from 420 down to 390, but I thought it still looked good.
IOBP.
All right, let's see settings. Let me get this headphones plugged in here. Well, today I thought they said it was hot yesterday. Like, what's this today? Like, usually when there's a hot day, you come in and then there's some follow through. Output, headset, settings, OBS.
Geo.
How do you do this again? Okay, desktop audio properties. Okay, I think that should fix the audio here. Yeah, I'm read that took me to like that's a pretty big loss. I'm in it. It's 96, average of 4, and I'm out 78. That's not good. 1,500 shares. So that's gonna put me red 953.57. Not great.
ENPH.
I mean, this setup looked pretty good. We broke over the resistance here. Now it's time to flag, consolidate, and then make a new high. Instead, we're halting down right now, down here. It just sums up the day, really, at least the morning. Maybe things pick up later in the afternoon. But right now, the small cap land is seeing a lot of weakness. Softness, as the Fed would say. Halted down, just like that, locked in. Is the mighty still here? We'll keep the headset on just in case. Yeah, I'll check out the chat. I'll hang out for maybe another 5-10 minutes and then I'm out of here. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So, as mentioned, we're going to spin the wheel today. We do apologize for the short notice. We would have loved to have done it since Saturday, but we had some stuff going on. So hopefully whoever does win is able to make it to the trip. Right, the moment we spin the wheel, we're gonna message you with all the details, either via Discord or email, or both. More than likely both. Talk about discipline. How's Mighty's doing today? I can check for Mighty. We can talk a little about discipline here as well. Discipline is key. Discipline, without discipline, we're in the depths. The Mighty is green 3,900, so the Mighty found a way to get it done here today. Discipline is key.
Yo.
Yo, what's up?
So have the wheel ready if you want to spin it on the live stream.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it. You can send it over and we can dial it in, but I thought we were gonna do it a little later, but I mean we could do it now too. Knock it out.
You could do it later if you're still trading.
Yeah, I was actually gonna shut it down, not to like over trade, because I'm red on the day here, brother. In the slums, down 1K. RDGT.
All right, then shut it down and let's do it later and upload it later.
Yeah. Yeah, so someone asked quickly
Okay.
about discipline. A lot of what we do here as traders is very it's the word indicative, I think. It's very, very closely related to discipline. A lot of us will have rules, we'll understand the technical analysis, but at the end of the day, we have to be able to have certain lines in the sand that we cannot cross or do not want to cross. Let's say that we stick to our guns on that. Whether it's a max loss, I mean anything really, right? That's related to what we're doing here. We have to be firm, and a big trick is that, or let's say a big part of it is that we don't have a boss, and so we have to essentially be our own managers, and that can be tricky, right? Owning your own business, which is what I essentially look at what we're doing here as. There's no one to tell you to wake up on time, to do your due diligence in the pre-market, all your analysis. There's no one here to tell you to not overtrade it. Like right now, for example, I could stay here and keep pushing, 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 and perhaps go deeper, deeper into the red. But you have to have that line in the sand where you just say to yourself, hey, not gonna go past this level. Well, you gave it a good shot. I think it's in my best interest to just walk and then, come back when things are a little bit more favorable. We saw a lot of the front sides not holding up and selling off, so it's a huge part of what we're doing here every day. And if we ever get too emotional, it's very possible that we can, fall off track and lose the sight of what we're doing here, lose the vision, and lose the perspective. Ultimately, we want our perspective to be very grand, and we don't want to be tunnel visioned on one day or one stock because we get emotional, which is what usually leads to accounts being blown up. Is you kind of get tilted to a point where your logic thinking cap goes out the window and you start to fall into that cycle of, downward spiral really, of revenge trading and trying to make back and sizing up and those type of things. So I think for a beginner trader, it's okay to not know everything about yourself, because that's where the rules come from, right? Some people might say, well, how do you gain rules? There's a strategy that we're trading, but as you follow the blueprint for the strategy, you're going to run into complications and you're going to learn certain things about yourself, tendencies, habits, good habits, bad habits. And so as you notice things about yourself, you start to implement certain rules to have a better outcome next time. And that's where the discipline then comes into place, because the strategy is there, but can you become so refined in yourself that you start to see consistency, right? So it's key to, as you go, and that's where there's a learning curve, right? As you go through the learning curve, you make all the appropriate adjustments, and slowly but surely you become more refined and your discipline starts to pay off more and more to where it becomes second nature after a few months or years. So hopefully that helps out a few people. Even for myself, I was red almost consecutively for like 2 years before really becoming green, 2.5 years almost. So it definitely takes time. If you're still, month number 1, month number 6, year 1, year 1.5, it takes. There's some people it took 4 years and they finally turned the corner, started doing well. So the key though is to stick to that small size. If you are losing, hopefully you're just losing cents because you're trading with 1 to 10 shares. Even if you're trading with 10 shares, 50 shares, 100 shares, the key is not to be losing a ton of money as you're going through the process. And as you go through the process, there's going to be different obstacles that continue to come. You might get to the place where you're green, and then the next thing you have to work on is sizing and how to manage the trade with size. Because for some people it might be instant. Somebody else, because to take like 20,000, like this for example, right? And I'll show you guys where I would have took the big size if I could rewind time and like act a little quicker. Let's see, which stock was it? I think FRGT, was it? Yeah, FRGT. Right where I have this arrow right here, we had resistance at 70. So I would right here, if I could go back, I would have took like 30,000 shares, 20,000 shares. I already had a small position somewhere down here holding just 1,500. And what I was hoping for is that if it did get through the resistance and push to like 78, that it would retest the lows. I didn't want to add right away because I tried doing that here and it did not work. I tried being a little bit more aggressive and I only got up to 3,000, I maybe bought twice here. It didn't go. So I'm like, okay, if we can break through to like 80 in this candle, then give a small dip down, best believe I would have been like loading up like crazy. But this it just went straight up. It just literally went straight up, so I couldn't really get the size I wanted to. But on the other side of taking 20, 40, 50,000 shares, if this gives the instant red candle that we know we can see, because sometimes maybe it looks good 70, 75, 78, and then teleports down to like 50, right at the lowest, teleports down to 50. If that happens, you're now red 8,000 on the day in the blink of an eye, in one trade, in 2 seconds. Can you stomach being down that type of money that quickly? And then it starts to feel like the entire day is ruined, right? So that in itself is a skill. For some people, it might be easy, and there's a lot of factors, right? There's variables like how are you doing financially outside of the market? How are you doing? How accurate are you in the market, right? There's some people who might average like a 65, 70%, 80% accuracy, so they might be a little bit more comfortable taking the trade. Most of us scalpers, our accuracy are like 45, 55, maybe 58% on the higher side, right? So there's always risk. I mean, there's more variables than that even, right? There's a ton of variables because some people naturally are more aggressive people. You know, like we all will see people who are driving on the roads, for example. Like there's somebody on the highway going 120, someone else is just going 70, right? Why is that person going 120? Maybe they're just like, you know, more aggressive, right? Sometimes that's how it is. You see it in the classrooms. In the classrooms, you'll have someone who's more quiet, more of an introvert, someone who's just more outgoing, maybe more aggressive. You have the people who they'll go skydiving right now, randomly on the street if you ask them. And then the other person will say, there's no way I'm jumping out of a plane. Right? So there's a ton of variables, but no matter where you are in your career, there's going to be things that you can work on to be better. There may be still be obstacles in the way, and we have to all just keep pushing forward. So yeah, that's a quick, long, well, not quick. That was a long speech on discipline. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys had a good day today. I'm gonna shut it down. There's a ton of calls that I have to take for for stuff that's going on, but we're gonna try to lock in that video maybe for 12:30 p.m., 1 p.m. market time, just to knock it out quickly. And hopefully whoever does win is able to come. If not, we'll probably spin it again and then try to go from there. But yeah, guys, take care, stay safe, stay green. Check out those links down below for the chat room, the scanners, and the classes. And catch you guys later. Here's the final P&L down at 953.57 and shutting it down. We're going to spin the wheel coming up next. Stay safe, stay green.